Okay, so in this video, I just want to kind of document the starting point of where I'm at, right? Or it's not even like a starting point, it's just kind of like where I'm at right now, physically, before I really start kind of getting serious about mm, making changes to uh, my health and fitness. So I'm in my late 30s right now, and kind of I guess my main goal is to just build some healthy habits that I can maintain throughout the rest of my life so that when I'm older, um, I will be healthier and I will have just kind of a better quality of life as I age. Because how I feel now, if I'm pushing 40, most of the women in my family have lived well into their 80s. So I feel like I've still got a lot of time. I still have half of my life left. Um, but I do know a lot of the women in my family, even though they have lived up into their 80s, the quality of life that they've had for the last couple of decades wasn't necessarily the best. So my grandma was pretty overweight, pretty much from her 50s on. And for at least the last 10 or 15 years of her life, she suffered from a lot of back pain. She uh, rarely left the house, definitely for the last decade. It was just basically maybe once a month, whenever she would have a doctor's appointment. She would leave the house, and so my goal is to just start to develop healthy habits that will make it to where I'm still able to get around. I'm still able to bend over. I'm still able to pick things up and take care of myself as I age. And so, yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. But one thing that I do want to do that's going a little bit further is within the next couple of years, I would like to compete in a bodybuilding competition. And it's not really like for health specifically, because from what I've been hearing, like bodybuilding is not the healthiest thing you can do. I just think it would be interesting to kind of see what I can do with my body. I feel like I'll learn a lot about my body from doing that, because competing, you really have to like keep track of what you're eating and like watching how like changing your food, changing your workouts and all of this affects your body. So I think it'll just be interesting to try to do. So that is one of my goals, like kind of at a younger age, is to work up to competing in a bodybuilding competition. And then if I keep competing after that, maybe I'll really enjoy it, or maybe I won't. But that's just a goal, is just to get up on stage. And so that's kind of what I'm going to be working up to. And so this is going to be, like I said, not really my starting point, because I've already been doing a couple of things. I've been getting in the gym every day, walking for about an hour every day, which I've heard, or I think that that's probably going to be one of the most important things, is just to make sure that I'm not sitting all day. And so with my job, that's really easy to do. I didn't realize until I started walking and tracking my steps, like how much I was sedentary throughout the day. And so that's been really eye-opening. Before, like if I don't go and get out and purposely like walk, I'm only getting about 1,000 steps a day. And so now I'm getting like around 7,000 steps. I've also been doing a little bit of a lower body workout at home, added in a little bit of an upper body workout, but these are just very simple things that aren't stressful for me to think about. It's not like they've just been easy for me to incorporate slowly. But over the next couple of months, I really want to focus more on eating a healthy diet. Up to this point, I've been like, you know what? Let me work on getting a little bit of fitness in. But now I want to really like focus on what is going into my body. Because I know a lot of people say like, well, no food is bad food. It's just like how much you're eating and things like that. And But I don't think so. Like, especially in the US, I feel like we're probably eating poison. Like, we're probably legitimately eating poison and stuff that's bad for us because they make food to kind of prey on those pleasure centers in our brain. And I feel like a lot of it that we're eating is not healthy for us. And so there's been times in the past that I have gotten on what I feel like is a good diet. And it's like once I cut out, if I can get to a point where I cut out the fast food and all the processed food and things like that, I know from experience that I don't crave that stuff anymore. And so that's going to be one of my goals, is to get back onto a healthy diet. I want to have like a fully plant-based diet. And I have done that for sure in the past. I've gotten off of it a little bit in recent months, mostly because I have a roommate that doesn't eat plant-based, and he often tends to have leftovers, and I was just raised to like clean your plate. And so seeing leftovers, I'm just so tempted. I'm like, well, this is just gonna go to waste. Let me eat this. And I'm not saying that all meat and dairy are bad from a health perspective. Like, I don't think to be like completely healthy, you have to cut all meat and dairy out of your diet. But I definitely do think most Americans eat way too much meat and dairy, for sure. And it's bad for the environment. It's bad. I think eating that much is bad for your health. And then ethically, I just don't think it's right. So I'm going to stick to an all plant-based diet. Especially whenever I train. Like, I would love to do a bodybuilding competition, all plant-based. So, just to prove that, you can build muscle and you can get that physique while eating plant-based. And I also want to, keep track of my vitamins and my health, just to see, like, okay, all these people say you can be healthy on a fully plant-based diet. I believe that, and so I want to track that as well, through like blood tests and things like that. So that's kind of what I'm going for over the next, and this is going to be a marathon. It's not going to be a sprint. So I'm not like being like, okay, in the next month I want to lose this much weight. And I'm honestly not really going to pay that much attention to my weight. I don't care about my weight. I care about like how I feel, and in the initial part, like how I look physically, because I do want to get up to that point to prove that you can look a certain way physically while being plant-based. But then later on, if I don't like look a certain way, that's not really going to matter so much to me. But for now, I want to just see what I can do, how far I can get with it. So I have looked better. I'm kind of like torn on this, because like right now I feel like at my size I feel fine. I think just working out every day, like I have been, just getting the steps, doing like just the minimal like lower and upper body workout, literally a workout that takes 10 minutes to do. I feel really good physically, like I feel good. But when I look in the mirror, I'm like, I feel like my body feels better than how it's looking to me right now. And I think that may, just have to do with culture, like culturally, where if you're fit and healthy, you expect people to look a certain way. And I don't look that way right now, even though I feel really good and healthy. So I feel like where my body is right now is probably fine. But like I said, I do want to try to get to that, ideal like physical look, and just see like, is it really that hard? Is it something that's maintainable, or is it not maintainable? And if it's not maintainable, then okay, I will, just forego going after a specific look and just focus on how I feel and everything. I do think that where I'm at right now is kind of pushing where I would feel healthy, because I have not been eating healthy. And I think that if I can get my diet kind of on track to a healthy diet, that will adjust how I look. And then if so, I've got a healthy diet, I'm working out in a healthy way, and not pushing myself. However I look is however I look, you know? So later on, I'm not really going to focus on how I look. But for now, I am hoping to see some physical changes. But anyway, that's just, I don't know, kind of a random rant. But yeah, the point is just for me to have some footage of kind of a starting point of where I'm at. And then over the next month, I really want to focus on, I don't think I'm going to change anything in terms of my workouts for the next month, because I'm pretty happy with what I'm doing right now for that. So this next month, I do want to focus on kind of making small adjustments to my diet. So I'm going to be tracking what I eat, and yeah, just see where it goes. And then hopefully within the next 2 years, I'll just kind of step it up in terms of my workouts and kind of adjusting what I'm eating, and hopefully be ready to compete. So we'll see. But yeah, I'll just get into how I look right now. Okay, so I think I'm gonna take update photos periodically, just kind of in my bra and underwear, and you know, just so I can be wearing the same thing to kind of keep track of how my body's changing, if it changes, and yeah, and then I think I'll take some photos in some swimsuits and some different articles of clothing, just to have like just to have some different reference points to see like if any changes are happening. So we'll just start out here. So I will say, I think I'm pretty fortunate in terms of how my frame is, because, well, I've been told that I have kind of the right frame for bikini. And it's just going to be about kind of just building it up a little bit and, you know, trimming away the fat. But how I typically put on weight, I'm very fortunate because I look at my arms tend to stay fairly thin, and my legs from the knee down tend to stay fairly small. Even when I put on weight, I have to put on quite a bit of weight for it to show in my arms or lower legs. But I do tend to put on weight in my chest and in my kind of hips, thighs, and butt area, which thankfully I don't live in the 90s, because, you know, that would not have been the greatest in the 90s. But for this day, when like curvy figures are something that are in, it kind of like works to my benefit. And so yeah, but I also put on some weight in my midsection, which is really where I would prefer to focus on losing weight. So yeah, I'm a little bit nervous, but I guess I'll just show it. So here is where I'm at right now. I'm about 160 pounds, and this is not the biggest I've ever been. I think in the past, I had gotten up to 170, and I was just kind of like in not a bad relationship, but a relationship that I wasn't super happy in, and I guess I was turning to food for comfort. That's not really the case right now. Right now, it's just, I think I've been so busy with work and school that I'm focusing more on just getting through that than really focusing on my health and what I'm eating and everything. So this is where I'm at about 160 pounds. So like I said, my lower legs and my lower arms are not such a big deal. I've noticed for like the past 5 or 10 pounds, I have started putting on weight in my upper arms a little bit. And to me, that's normally a sign of like, okay, it's getting a little too far, you know, start to get it under control just for my personal body. But yeah, definitely my midsection for sure, and my thighs and my butt a little bit. But like I said, I've been working out my lower body for a couple of months now, and like my legs, to me, my legs and butt feel solid, but when I look at them, they don't look super solid to me. So this is where I'm starting at. So here is the front view. And also, like, a lot of the bras that used to fit me, they're not fitting anymore. This is one of my kind of like looser, stretchy bras. So there's that. And then here is the side view, like me not sucking in at all whatsoever. There's where it is. I may even come and get a little bit closer up here in a second. And in the back, I do tend, let me see. Yeah, I got a little bit right here that I would like to go away. Just like, I don't know, like I said, like in terms of how it feels, I feel like my butt and legs are good, but I guess I would just like to, you know, firm them up and raise them, everything like that. So here is my before on all sides. A little bit closer. There we go. The side. Oh, I was sucking in a little bit. There we go. And then the back. So there's that in this. Let me go ahead and put on a bikini and just show how I look in the bikini. Oh, actually, there's some shorts that I want to try too. I'll do the shorts first. Okay, so these are like my goal shorts. 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, these fit me and they were even like pretty loose on me. So I would like to be able to button these right now. We're not even close. So there's these. Let me put on another. I've got 2 other pairs that I bought a few months ago thinking that I would like lose a little bit of weight, and I think I've actually gained weight, so we'll see how they fit. Actually, I want to go ahead and document the struggle of getting these shorts off because I don't want to flash anybody. Yeah, it's a struggle. Look at all that. Ugh, okay. You know what? I'm not even gonna do any cuts. Let's just go. Okay, so these are Levi's 501 high rise, size 28. Oh, geez, they got a bunch of buttons. Okay, so again, oh, geez. I don't even know if I'll be able to pull these up. Okay, got them over the hips. Oh, yeah. I think I was actually able to button these before, like a few months ago. I think it was like December. No, but I think I could button them, but it was like, you know, kind of hanging over and I wanted them to be a little bit looser. Can't button these. I feel like these may be the same way, but they're stretchy, so yeah, let me take these off. Here are these, and I know I could just go buy bigger clothes, but I don't want to. I want to try. I know that if I get my diet in line, that these clothes will fit me, and I don't want to have to go buy a whole new wardrobe. So I'm gonna give this a try now, and if a couple years when I'm 40, you know, that's just what my body size is, that's just what my body size is. And I'll buy a whole new wardrobe. But for now, these actually are not that bad. But they are stretchy. But they're the same size, they're 28 as the other ones, but they're stretchy. But yeah, still see a little bit of that. Actually, I don't feel like this looks that bad. I may wear these this summer. Okay, so now let's go to the swimsuits. Okay, so both of these swimsuits are by Doll, and I believe all the pieces are a medium. Like I said, my chest gets bigger when I put on weight, so probably bumping up to a large in the top right now. But yeah, so this is where I'm at. I honestly don't think it looks that, got that. I don't think it looks awful. I don't think it looks too bad. But again, we're just looking at what happens if I change my diet a little bit and just see what happens. So there's this one, and then I'm gonna try on the next one. Okay, so I love this swimsuit. And it's actually, a competition bikini would definitely be different, but this is a little bit closer to what a competition bikini would look like. But yeah, also, I think both pieces are a size medium. And when you compete, you're typically wearing heels, and they have specific poses that you do. So I've actually got some clear heels with me here. I'm gonna put on the heels and try to do some of the poses. I haven't practiced the poses really, so they're not gonna be like great bikini poses, but I'm just gonna try to hit a couple of them, and just to give me like a starting point. So if I do actually compete, I can go back to this and be like, wow, I've come a long way. So let me put on the heels and try that. Okay, so here, it's been a while since I've walked in the heels. Oh gosh, I can't even remember the poses, but I know that definitely, shoot, I think the front pose is something like this. You have your hand on your hip, or is it the other way? I think it might be something like this. You have your hand on one of your hips and your other hand out. So let me just do both ways. Here's this, and here's this. And then I know there's like a turn. And then this is kind of like the main pose from the back. You're wearing your heels and you push your butt out, but kind of keep your shoulders up. Gosh, I know that's gonna look bad. There we go. Here's the back pose. And the clumpy walk. Okay, so there's that. There's also a couple of workout outfits, specifically some tops that I've been hesitant to wear because they're crop tops, and I don't like to show like my midriff, but let me put on some of those workout clothes, and so I can just see what the change is like in those clothes real quick. Okay, so all of these clothes are gonna be from Bombshell Sportswear, which is my favorite. Pretty much all of my workout clothes come from them. So this is one of their tops and their pants. These are both in medium. And so I basically wear these pants every day to work out, but I just have a longer like t-shirt that comes down and covers it. But I would love to look like some of their models that they have that just have the cutest little workout outfits in this that show off their figure. And again, like, I don't think this looks that bad. One thing I like about these clothes is they do kind of shape you up, keep everything kind of held in. So this is what this looks like. And then the thing is, like I said, I wear long t-shirts with this. So I purchased several of their tops, but I've just never gotten the nerve to wear them to the gym. So here is just a black tank top. How this tank top looks. And then, so one thing I like about their tops is I think almost all of them, not the tank top, but most of these tees are reversible. So like you can wear it multiple ways to the gym. I wish I knew the name of these. I'll do another video like showing off all of their stuff because I have the names in my order list. But this is one of their tops, and then it's see-through. And then you can also, in some of their photos, they have it like wear the other way around, where the see-through part is in the front. And if you're wearing a sports bra, you know, it doesn't really matter too much. And then this one is kind of similar. It's a different material, but it's not see-through. And I think all of these tops are medium as well, which I probably need a large, honestly. Like I said, before I go out and buy a whole bunch of clothes, like at this point I probably need an extra large, but before I go out and buy a whole bunch of new clothes, I want to try to kind of work on my diet and see if I can fit into all these. And then this one is very cute. Again, so I'm going to show it this one way first, so it looks similar to that other white shirt that has the kind of the see-through part, the mesh in the back. So you can wear it like this if you want, but then I think it's really actually made, probably just got deodorant all over it, but I think it's actually made to be worn like this with a huge v-neck. So if you've got a decent sized chest, the cleavage will likely be out there. So yeah, eventually I would like to feel comfortable wearing something like this to the gym or out, whatever. I've also got I've got tons of different kinds of their leggings, and like I love their leggings because well, this isn't an ad for them, so I'm not gonna go into that, but I got these joggers that I want to try on too and just see. Okay, so yeah, here's the joggers. Really cute, really comfortable. But yeah, I almost forgot something important. I also wanted to take my measurements, and so I'm gonna be taking these periodically. So I think I'm just gonna do, I don't really care that much about my arms at this point. So I think I'm just gonna do my waist, hips, and thighs for now. So for the waist measurement, I'm gonna go at my belly button. Oh geez. It's at about 34 and a half. I think I'm doing that right. So there we go, 34 and a half. And then my hips, I got some big hips, are at a little bit over 43, just over, is that right? I'm gonna go actually at the widest part. I think it may actually be a little bit bigger than that. So let's see. Yeah, we're just about at like 43 and a half on that. And then for my thighs, I am going to measure 3 inches above my knee, I believe is how I've done this. No, let me go, how far should I go? Should I do 6 inches? Yeah, so future me, I've got this crease in my knee right here. I'm gonna put it at this crease, and then let's go 6 inches. let's do that. So at 6 inches, above my knee, oh, if I keep it loose, I don't think I did that right. Okay, it's looking at 22 and a half inches. Actually, no, it's closer to 23. 23 inches. Okay, so that's my right leg. Let's see if my left leg is different. Again, I'm gonna go with that line, crease at my knee, go up to 6 inches. Let's mark it here. Okay. Okay, yeah, we're about 23 on both thighs. So there we go. My weight is at approximately 160 pounds. I didn't weigh myself today. I don't have a scale here, so, but that's about what it's been sitting at, between like 158, 160. And so I don't know how often I want to check in. I don't know if I want to do it weekly. I think monthly might be more realistic, because when I've tried to do weekly check-ins, like sometimes it gets to the weekend and I don't feel like doing it. And so, yeah, so for right now, I'm gonna plan on weekly, but then like probably realistically it's gonna be monthly. So I guess we'll just see what happens.